And now all the skaters know exactly what is coming. The eliminations start early, but then, of course, the road track is a lot bigger than the track that they've been skating on over the last 3 days. That will completely change the dynamic of the race. And the skaters patiently waiting for their cue. And still we wait. It was supposed to be off a couple of minutes ago.
Attention.
34 laps of the track then for the competitors in the women's elimination 20,000 meter race on the road. When they were on the track, it was Fabriana ARIAS, followed by Sandrine TAS, followed by Mareike THUM. That was the gold, silver and bronze. All three are in action here in what is a big field. 27 were registered. And the elimination process sounds. There will be a bell to announce that an elimination will be made. And then there is the mad dash to try and make sure you are not the last skater over the line. If you are, you check out. And the field just gets whittled down and whittled down. Arias and Viveros working in partnership at the moment. At the front, you often see skaters of the same nation will look to try and work together. Try and tuck in behind each other. There are lots and lots of lead changes. And it's all very tactical. And with so many skaters out there, you've got to be careful on some of these bends as well. Accidents do happen.
So now we can see all the skaters together.
And everybody bunched up. Erin JACKSON of the United States right at the back of the group. There's 4 non-starters. So we do have a strong field of 23, and there is the bell. So down to business. And there's one of the Polish skaters leading the way through at the moment. Aleksandra GOSS. That's generating great excitement in the stands. Goss did manage to pick up a couple of points in the points elimination race. Now the 2 Americans have decided to just make their move, keep themselves out of trouble. But all the skaters know exactly where the elimination point is, and they know where they don't need to be. There's only a single elimination, it's not 2 going out. So here we go. It's the mad dash for the line, and who's going to get picked off? Jackson's back there. No, I think it may be one of the Belgians. Not sure. We'll have to wait for confirmation. Oh, that's a shame. One rider is down. And in this business, down means out. So the surviving skaters continue. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Yeah, that's a real shame. Yeah, down goes one of the Polish skaters, I think that is. Such a shame, but there are always going to be tangles and collisions. Sonia GACH crashing out. Vanessa Wong of Hong Kong has been eliminated. So still lots of action going on at the front. That's the look around, as if Vanessa Wong, I don't think, quite believes it. Just points to herself and says, yeah, have you got me? And the answer is yes, so she's done. It does sometimes happen. Oh, and another collision. Whoa, real carnage there. 3 on the floor. And one of the Belgians badly impeded as well. Well, we are seeing some real drama here. Well, the good news is they've got a chance at trying to come back and join the group. And Sandrine TAS, the Belgian, is holding back and trying to help Stien VANHOUTTE rejoin the group. Her compatriot, and it looks like VANHOUTTE, look at that, that is real teamwork. TAS just holding back. So VANHOUTTE has managed to join up with her. But there's a couple of skaters behind those two that have got a ways to go yet. Mareike THUM and Fabriana ARIAS right at the head of affairs. 2 of the big players potentially here. But real drama if we take a look at this. Too many skaters on there, and yeah, down goes one of the French skaters, down goes one of the German skaters. Somehow Sandrine TAS stayed on her feet. Not Sandrine TAS, the other Belgian, Stien VANHOUTTE, stayed on her feet. Didn't lose too much ground. I think Juliette POUYDEBAT and Bianca Rosenblum, the Dutch woman, were badly impeded. And Josie Elisabeth HOFMANN of Germany also hit the floor. So those 3 have got some work to do to try and get back as the bell sounds again. The other French woman at the head of affairs, Clemance HALBOUT. And they just pick it up, but yeah, there's problems at the back. And it's looking bleak here for Juliette POUYDEBAT. And yeah, there's the that's a painful business, this. If you crash on this surface, as Josie Elisabeth HOFMANN did, it hurts. So here they come, led by Erin JACKSON. Coming through now. And we wait to see who is going to go. It'll be POUYDEBAT or Rosenblum, we think, as they were certainly 2 of the skaters badly affected by that crash. HOFMANN has managed to get back. POUYDEBAT is still going, so I think Rosenblum could be the one that's just crashed out, literally, yeah, and Rosenblum has now been eliminated, so POUYDEBAT is still in the race, but she's got to work so hard to get back and rejoin this group, otherwise she is going to be automatically eliminated next time. She's working really hard to do just that. It'll be a gutsy effort from the French woman if she can do it. She has rejoined the peloton with 27 laps to go. So that puts the pressure on the others. They pretty much had a freebie after that crash. They don't have a freebie anymore. POUYDEBAT has got in amongst them. They're not so much interested in what's happening at the front, because the skaters take it in turns there. We're interested in what's going on at the back of the field. The other American, O'Neill, takes a shift. One of the Spaniards hits the back. I think that's Sheila POSADA. Yang Ho-Chen is rather too near the back of the field for comfort as well. And the second Belgian, also prominent towards the back, but she had so much work to do to just get back on terms. Stien VANHOUTTE, helped by her compatriot. It's POSADA that's feeling the pressure here a little bit. HOFMANN, the German who's got that injured leg, also there now. That was a blanket finish. POUYDEBAT will be one of the contenders for elimination there. I'm not sure exactly who they got. POSADA was back there. It is POUYDEBAT. Oh, that's a shame. She'd done all that hard work. And all in vain. Well, one of the other casualties, the only other faller that is still going is HOFMANN. VANHOUTTE was impeded. She'd worked so hard to get back in contact, but she had nothing left for the big sprint to avoid elimination. That's a shame for Juliette POUYDEBAT, but she's gone. O'NEIL continues to do some work at the front. The American road specialist. Erin JACKSON has drifted towards the back. Not expected to be one of the key players. Fabriana ARIAS is lurking at the head of the pack. Also up there, Clemance HALBOUT of France. As they look to crank it up again, Sandrine TAS and Mareike THUM are tracking each other. The silver and bronze medalists on the elimination race on the track, and Sandrine TAS looking to try and forget the 200-meter time trial in which she qualified for the final in third place and ended up bottom of the pack. Now, here comes the charge again. Here we go. I think it's one of the Polish skaters that is really struggling and feeling it here. Yep, there we go. That was Aleksandra GOSS. She's gone. Erin JACKSON just in front of her knew exactly where the problems were. So GOSS, the latest to disappear. The Colombians continuing to work well together. Giulia LOLLOBRIGIDA prominent for the Italians as well. Still a long way to go. Yep, all over then for Aleksandra GOSS. Just run out of it. JACKSON, you would feel, the American towards the back there, definitely one of the vulnerable survivors. And here goes the bell once again. It is only one at a time, so as long as you can keep one skater ahead of you, you stay alive, you give yourself a chance. One of the Chileans who we've not seen much of, TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ, going around there in the middle of the pack. And ploughing her own furrow there, the Belgian, VANHOUTTE. Taking things on. So my turn. And JACKSON has hit the back. Is she saving herself for a big charge? It looks like she's coming through on the inside there, trying to avoid elimination. The American at the back. One of the Germans is back there. So HOFMANN's trying to avoid it. She's in danger. JACKSON's in danger as well. Oh, and who's going to be eliminated there? I think it may have been the second Frenchwoman. We await confirmation of that, but certainly looking vulnerable there was Clemance HALBOUT. And I think they may have got the Frenchwoman. As JACKSON has been called. Well, it was a photo finish between her and Clemance HALBOUT. I'm not sure if JACKSON's even aware of it. She's still going there at the back of the field. But her number has definitely been called. And she's being called, Erin JACKSON. I don't think it's sunk in yet. So here we go. Now she knows. Now she knows. She's heard it now. So here comes the next elimination. HALBOUT, we know, will be vulnerable. HOFMANN, the German who had the collision, will also be vulnerable. The other American seems to be finding the going a little bit tough right now as well. So everybody just looking around. Who's still here? Who's a danger? Darian Mae O'NEIL, the second American, lurking at the back, along with Stien VANHOUTTE. Josie HOFMANN The injured German is still going. She's right in the middle of the pack. She's done really well to recover from that crash and that very nasty grazed thigh. That is going to need some medical attention. Here we go again. Here's the big push. Looks like it could be one of the Americans, or the Americans, should I say, or one of the Belgians. And I think that might be Sandrine TAS that's gone, is it? No, it's Stien VANHOUTTE who's gone. Somehow O'Neill managed to survive that mad scramble, so VANHOUTTE, another one who was badly impeded in that big crash, she's gone, and the only survivor from that carnage now is Josie Elisabeth HOFMANN. As we continue just to boil them down, Darian O'Neill of the United States has been sat at the back for a while. Nadja Wenger back there, so one Belgian left, Sandrine TAS, the multi-medalist. Fabriana ARIAS has come through unscathed thus far. We are down to 14. Mareike THUM of Germany keeping out of trouble as well. In front of her, one of the Chileans, TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ. HALBOUT continuing to work from the front. THUM happy to be towards the front of the peloton. Maite ANCIN of Spain also in the mix. And very quietly, Yang and Li of Chinese Taipei have come through without attracting any attention. Nadja Wenger of Switzerland is towards the rear of this group at the moment. Doesn't need to be there. In fact, she's right at the back now, the Swiss skater, looking to try and work on the inside as the tempo increases. And at the moment, it's Switzerland and the United States towards the back. And out goes Nadja Wenger. Now THUM takes over at the front. Wenger just being confirmed, so she peels off. Still two Spaniards in there. THUM leading the way. Li, Arias, Sheila POSADA and Maite ANCIN, the two Spaniards handily placed at the moment. At the back, Darian O'Neill, the other American. There goes Wenger. Now O'Neill has survived a couple of scares. Is that a sign that she's starting to feel the pace, or is it that she's pacing herself rather well? Time will tell. TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ, the Chilean, at the wrong end of things, but it's the two Spaniards and the American that are at the wrong end of things at the moment. HOFMANN towards the back as well. Arias and TAS, Yang, they're all up among the contenders. You need eyes on swivels to succeed, because you never know where the danger is coming from. Well, that was a real puff of the cheeks there from Sheila POSADA, the Spaniard, second last at the moment, with the American behind her ready to pounce. Also back there, Josie HOFMANN, the German who's done so well just to stay in this competition, but O'Neill has made a little move, and I think it's going to be HOFMANN that's struggling here. She's got some work to do. Lovely bit of work there from HOFMANN. Now she's just managed to cut inside. Can she stay out of trouble? She does. Who did they get there? That may have been HALBOUT. Clemance HALBOUT indeed has gone. That was a big push at just the right time from Darian O'Neill and Josie HOFMANN. So they stay alive. The medals are coming from this group, and it's all getting a bit twitchy in there now. Both the Germans still there, working together as a team in their predominantly red uniforms. That could have been disaster there for Maite ANCIN. she's hung on. Sandrine TAS of Belgium still there as well. We'll continue to call Clemance HALBOUT's number. And she hasn't heard it. She's still in that group, HALBOUT. Now she's heard it. And she too disappears. So we dwindle down now. 12 left. 14 laps left. It's all over for Clemance HALBOUT. Sandrine TAS leading them on. This group sticking pretty close together. No suggestion at all of a breakaway. Posada has got herself in a good position and seen at the wrong end of things. And it was Maite ANCIN, as I suspected, that got caught out there. So the first Spaniard goes to the left there. She's done. And we will soon be in single figures. Oh, she doesn't know. She's taking a turn at the front. So ANCIN continues. And I think the message is getting through now. Or is it? No, she's still going here, Maite ANCIN. At the back, one of the Germans, and I think that is HOFMANN, starting to look a little bit leg weary. At the other end of affairs, the other German, Mareike THUM, leading the field. The two Colombians have stayed out of trouble, VIVEROS and ARIAS. TAS is still there. So too, LOLLOBRIGIDA. Very quietly having a good skate here, the Italian, and a little move by TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ. She's being tracked by HOFMANN on the outside, looking to try and solidify her position. Posada, the Spaniard, is towards the rear of the field. So too, once again, is Darian O'NEIL, the American. Now, those two have skated on thin ice, if you'll excuse the pun, on more than one occasion. And then they timed their burst to perfection. But here we go again, and it looks like it's HOFMANN, and it looks like O'NEIL that might be struggling, and it's HOFMANN. Well, it was a brave race, and that leg of hers is going to be very sore for a long time. But out goes the final survivor. Oh, big gulp of air there from Josie HOFMANN. She got up from that heavy crash, she bravely carried on, and she went deep into this field. But now we are down to the last 10. VIVEROS and ARIAS continuing to work effectively together. TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ is in there, TAS. The two Chinese Taipei skaters, Li and Yang. LOLLOBRIGIDA has kept out of trouble. O'NEIL has been coasting along at the back. Posada has had one or two scares. THUM right in the middle. But as ever, Darian O'NEIL seems happy just sitting right at the back, trusting her sprint to get her out of trouble. Well, it's worked 4 or 5 times. The two Chinese Taipei skaters towards the rear of things as well, as is Posada. LOLLOBRIGIDA leading TAS, followed by the two Colombians, ARIAS and VIVEROS. Then it's THUM. And now they're looking to crank up the heat, and there's attacks coming from all over. LOLLOBRIGIDA decides it's time to stretch it out a little bit. And Posada is at the back and struggling. THUM's back there as well. I think she's going to be okay, but she's certainly a contender for elimination. And this time O'NEIL once again, a very clever dart on the inside. And it could be TAS that's in trouble. Now that'll be a story if they've got TAS. Was it TAS or was it O'NEIL? It's O'NEIL, but my goodness me, Sandrine TAS came very close to elimination there. As Posada went through, it was so close between O'NEIL, who looked like she'd played the smart game, taking that inside line as she'd done so many times at the elimination point. She almost picked Sandrine TAS off. The Belgian surviving by the skin of her teeth. She won't want to get herself caught back there again. TAS and Posada jumping towards the front of the pack now. LOLLOBRIGIDA, the two Chinese Taipei skaters, THUM, TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ, the two Colombians. They're all still there. Now I wonder if TAS will learn a lesson. THUM almost got tripped up there as well. LOLLOBRIGIDA making sure that she holds her position. The Italian working behind VIVEROS. Arias looking to add to her collection of medals. THUM looking to stay out of trouble. TAS sticking very close to her. Posada's towards the back. She's had a really good skate. She's in very, very rarefied company here, the Spaniard. How many more eliminations can she survive? Very experienced, and all that experience is showing here. And it's LOLLOBRIGIDA that's feeling it now. LOLLOBRIGIDA's got a lot of work to do if she's to avoid elimination. And the Italian knows her race is run. So, LOLLOBRIGIDA suddenly hit the wall there. When they put on that injection of pace, she couldn't go with it. And we are down now to 8. All 8 will take a deep breath. 1 German, 1 Belgian, 2 Colombians, 2 from Chinese Taipei, a Chilean and a Spaniard. The medals coming from this group. LOLLOBRIGIDA have nothing left to give. Well, the pace really picking up. A slip now, you hit the deck here, you will not recover. Got to be so careful. There's far fewer in the field, but so many of these skaters looking to attack and cut corners literally. An error of judgment could cost you the race. Posada is the one at the back. TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ just in front of her, one of the 2 Chinese Taipei skaters towards the rear of the field as well. I think that's Meng-Chu. But the Colombians have been front running together for much of this race. TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ and TAS towards the outside there, looking to make their move. THUM has got herself at the back, and Posada it is that's suffering now, the Spaniard, who's done so well to get this far. But can she hang on again? She's got a lot of ground to make up here, Posada. That's a big gap at this point, and I don't think it's going to work for her. No, the gap's getting bigger and bigger. Can she try and cut in here off this last bend? Has she got anything left at all? It doesn't look like it. That was a pretty good race from Sheila POSADA. To get down to the last 8 in a field of this quality is no mean achievement. But the field trims down again. 2 Colombians, 2 Chinese Taipei skaters, Belgium, Chile, Germany. This is the point in the race that you look at who's conserved energy, who looks strong. And the 2 Colombians, it's looking effortless for them. The Chinese Taipei skaters have really just kept out of trouble. They've not done too much front running either. THUM has been bumped around a little bit. TAS had an almighty scare that she survived. Sheila POSADA will be very satisfied, but no medal for her. And TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ had one tiny scare. So if anybody's looking vulnerable here, could be one of the Europeans, you would think. As away we go again. TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ deciding I'm not going to go anywhere near the pack. THUM it is that's in that last place at the moment. The two Chinese Taipei skaters in front of her, and the Belgian TAS in front of her. The Colombians continue to stay out of trouble. THUM now making a move on her own to just get out of trouble, put the pressure on somebody else, and it's TRASLAVINYA TAS, TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ, I should say, at the back. The two Chinese Taipei skaters just in front of her. She'll be looking to try and pick one of those off. Sandrine TAS looking around, making sure it's not her. And the two Colombians continuing to look really strong. Mareike THUM tucked in between them. Big attack coming on the inside, and it's the Chinese Taipei skaters that might be in trouble, or was it the Chilean that's gone? It's a choice there between one of the Taipei skaters, Yang, and TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ. Who did they get? Well, this was a real photo finish, and I think that was TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ, and indeed it is, it's confirmed. So now we come down to 6, still two Chinese Taipei skaters standing. TRASLAVINYA LOPEZ says goodbye. Two South Americans from Colombia, two Asians from Chinese Taipei, two Europeans from Belgium and Germany. This is where the medals are going. There will be one more elimination, and then it's down to the final 5 who can just sprint for glory. Arias, THUM, TAS, they've all tasted, and Yang, they've all tasted what it feels like to be on the podium. Viveiros and Li looking to experience that for the first time, and this is indeed Viveiros' first race. She's looked very strong and capable and competent. Arias it is that drives forward. Viveiros tucked in behind her. There's THUM. TAS, the two Chinese Taipei skaters, caught at the back. Now, they're making a move here, and it's TAS that's looking vulnerable. One of the Chinese Taipei skaters is okay, and it's TAS that's starting to feel a bit leggy. Oh, she's got some work to do here, the Belgian, if she wants to add to her medal collection. It's not looking good for TAS. She's got a lot of ground to make up, and she can't do it. Or did they get Yang? Well, it was so close between Yang and TAS. Impossible to see without the benefit of a photo finish. It's Yang. Oh my goodness me, Sandrine TAS survived by the skin of her teeth for the second time. So Yang at the back of the field there can peel away. Always tough to be the last one eliminated, and these are the survivors. The two Colombians have looked so strong. What can THUM, what can Li, what can TAS do about this seeming comfortable dominance of the two Colombian skaters here? Fabriana ARIAS already with a collection of medals. Johana VIVEROS looking for her first. Mareike THUM looking to add to her bronze from earlier in the competition. TAS hoping to add to her collection. Li has done really well to stick with this group, but the Colombians have thrown it out there, going for it. No elimination now, it's just first, second and third. THUM's got herself in good position here. TAS is looking to attack, but it's Arias, and look who's slipping through on the inside there. Viveiros having a go. She's got herself to the front. Li struggling a little bit. TAS has got herself second place. She's separating the two Colombians. THUM's got some work to do to get on the podium. She slipped inside. Here come the two Colombians, but it looks like Viveiros is going to take it ahead of TAS, and I think that was THUM taking third place. Well, she is the specialist, and Johana VIVEROS, who was helped by Fabriana ARIAS, who got run out of it there, has claimed gold. Another gold for Colombia, another medal for Sandrine TAS. And Mareike THUM has played it clever again to pick up another medal. She got bronze in the 15,000 elimination on the track. TAS got silver. Arias got gold on that occasion. It's another gold for Colombia on the road, but it's not Arias that's got it. It's Johana VIVEROS. And it all got too hot for Lee right at the end there. But that was a really good skate, a really interesting race. Well, already you could see that Lee was going to struggle in this kind of company. It was Arias, though, that got dropped off, as the two Europeans had saved something for the big sprint, but VIVEROS, who'd looked so strong throughout, made sure the gold medal was hers by no more than 1/10 of a second. Mareike THUM a little bit back from that, and Arias and Lee. That's the story of the women's 20,000 meter elimination. More gold for Colombia. And they worked as a team there, didn't they? Fabriana ARIAS may not be on the podium, but she is absolutely delighted that her teammate is. Well, it would have been a bonus for Colombia if ARIAS had also got on the podium, but they worked well together. They looked so strong.